Welcome to a new episode of Indie Talks, in which I'm hosting action movie makers, actors, stuntmen, fight choreographers, and coordinators, action designers, performers to discuss their work, influences, conversions, experiences, achievements, and advices. Today's guest is a German martial art expert, indie action movie maker, fight choreographer, fight coordinator, professional stuntman, and many more. He's well known for his work in Shang-Chi, Doom, Skyfall, The Foreigner, and many more. I welcome Mr. Vi Dan Tran. Welcome, welcome Vi Dan.
Yeah, nice. So thank you very much uh, for having me here and for the nice introductions.
It's a great pleasure, brother, having you on the Indie Talks since you had really a fabulous career in action movies. So I thought it's time to have you on the show. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, great, great. Yeah, I'm really, really happy to be here.
Yeah, brother, it's a great pleasure, and thank you again. Okay, I know you were born and grew up in Germany, in Cologne, I think. How could you describe your childhood time in Germany or in your town, Cologne?
Yeah, I was born in Germany, in Cologne, 1984. So I turned this year 39 already. So
Ah,
I know some people now think I'm very young. I'm just sporty already. Yeah. No, so yeah, how was my childhood? To be honest, I was born in Cologne, but 5 years I moved with my family to Mönchengladbach. It's a smaller town. It's very small. And yeah, I would say my childhood was pretty normal, like very average, like nothing really major, really. But um, I with 11, I don't, yeah, where can I really start? Like I was like back then, and as a kid, as a small kid, I was very undisciplined. Like I didn't have very much discipline, and I was like a rough boy, like playing only games, like video games. Yeah, I was a little bit more choppy as back then, and my parents that point forced or yeah, not really forcing, but they put me into martial arts school. And in the beginning, I refused to do that because I thought, no, I'm so lazy. I don't want to do that. I want to play games, you know. And then when I go to the martial arts school, they will hit me. And I want to shave my head more because I had my imagination like, so I don't want to do this. But I remember so clearly when I went for the first day, like first class to this, I did Kung Fu. This was my first, and with 11. So when I went to the school, and the trainer over there, he showed me what is possible because I saw some bunch of small kids and older kids, actually older, a teenager. So they did like flips and tricks and all this shit. And I was like, holy shit, that's cool. And then the trainer said like, look, yeah, you can do that too. So he showed me how to do a push-up. So I never managed to do one, right? And the other guys can do like 30, 50, or 100 push-ups. I was, wow, I was amazed. And he taught me for the first day, look, if you train, if you discipline, you do like your routine, you are able to do that too. And then I was so amazed about this concept. When you train hard, if you work hard on yourself, you can make it. And then we literally one day to the other, I started to train so much. So then literally 1 week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I started to do 5 push-ups and then 10 and then 30. Yeah. So guys, we probably progress. And I changed my life really in one day. And then since then, my philosophy, and I was also raised and born as a Buddhist. So I was as a Buddhist. So the concept was already very, I say, some perfect match already. Right? It fits well for my life. And then I started to watch, of course, Jet Li movies, Jack Chan, back then already. But I was never a martial arts fan. I was not really into like I want to be Jackie Chan. Oh, I love Jackie. I just watch. I grew up with his movies like in the early
Yeah.
years, but I was not really aware it could I could be like them. You know, for example, all of my other friends, like Andy Long and other guys, they knew with 6 or 5 years already. I want to be Jackie Chan. I wasn't like that. Yeah, but with 11, it's changed because I saw how much my life could change. And to be honest, I didn't have that much friends at that time. And I was like more like one of the outsiders. And I tried like, yeah. I didn't had like, yeah, I have few friends for sure at that time, but I wasn't really popular in the school. But then again, when I started with martial arts, I met a lot of good friends, a good education, I would say, and it changed my life. That's how I grew up. And then all of a sudden, the skateboarding, the skating, and the inline skating, all together, like extreme sports, my life changed a lot. That was no challenge.
Since you mentioned that you are Buddhist, do you have some Vietnamese origins? Because I see your name
Yeah.
is Tran. That's a Vietnamese name.
Yes. So my mom and my father are Vietnamese as well, yes.
Are you related a lot to your Vietnamese origins?
I say, I would say so. Because we are the first generation who was born in Germany. Because yeah, now it's good, yeah. So, like my parents, they came over from Vietnam to Germany, right? So that made us like our education or how I grew up, and my parents, how they taught me was really Asian style. Like pretty strict as well, and a lot of demanding from the kids, and that's how I grew up. Yes. And that's the reason I'm also speaking Vietnamese. So I was still kind of old school, not too hard, of course, but it's still we had like Asian background. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's really interesting to have to live in two different cultures, and that contributed in growing your personality and your skills.
Yes. I mean, maybe that's also one of the things in my community. Like in the school, there wasn't that much Asians, so maybe there was 1 or 2 Asians. It's 2, you know, and yeah, that's the reason it was sometimes very hard to find connection to the other.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I never experienced any racist. Never. I wouldn't say never, but in a school, different culture, different education, or not different. It's a different structure as well. Yes.
Yeah. And what about your martial art background? I know you had a profound wushu background. How did you get into martial art? I know you explained some of that before, but if you have some addition to tell.
Yeah. So I started like 3 or 4 years with kung fu. That was my first martial art. So it was really basic. Because mostly it was not a proper I would say a professional martial arts class. So and then back then, because I was so young as well, like we started to do forms, started to sparring, you know, like self-defense, a lot of stretching and physical training. But for me, I wasn't really interested in too much sparring or fighting, to be honest. Also self-defense at that time, because I was so amazed and interested only to jump around, like the tricking, the spinning, the like area, the flipping, and because I saw how cool it could be if I can manage that. Because then I started to dig so much into Shaolin, the culture of Shaolin and Chinese, and also in Jet Li. So then my fascination about action movies starts to grow because of the Buddhism and the kung fu, physical training, and then the movies. Then all of a sudden, I was so into it, like the whole package. But my class and my school was like, again, like so limited because I wanted more. I tried to get more, and I want to experience more styles. And also saw in, for example, in Shaolin Temple, when Jet Li the form, there was a Chamichuan. I was like, what is that? I want to learn that. You know? How can I learn this kind of form? Not a real learn this one. I want to learn this. And all of a sudden, I heard about the Beijing Wushu team, or about Wushu. And I was so lucky in our town and in different cities, some Beijing Wushu master came over to Germany. There's a Wushu Federation, and they created a federation, like a proper association for Wushu. And I just saw, I saw like a test training, or like you can like try, not see it. And then all of a sudden, I saw a guy. His name is Sang Yo Kim. He's actually Korean, but he studied also Wushu in China, and he was also national team. And all of a sudden, he was springing around, jumping, had like a broad saw, and like doing all the motion. I was like, holy shit, that's what I always saw in Jet Li movies, right? And I saw the movies, I recognized the style. I was like, this is what I want. So I quit. I canceled my my other school. I went straight away to the other one. And of course, it was a hard time and hard decision because I learned also about the loyalty, you know, and the philosophy in the other one. And I felt so hard and heartbroken to leave the other school, right? But I wanted to step up. I just wanted to level up and want to learn something new. So I went to the other one, and it changed again. Like I did only, so there's no sparring, no self-defense. It was only Taolu. So Taolu was the forms of Wushu. So I learned all the weapons and became a national team, Germany. And I tried to be a professional Wushu artist. But I stopped pretty early because I felt the pressure, a lot of pressure, which I didn't wanted to have, like, you know, competition. So many competition. I feel very insecure in that time. And also, I was in the school, you know, finishing my, not the high school, the college. So I want to I wanted to be focused as well. And also at that same time, that's happening, like maybe it's a bad thing, but also a good thing. When I became very successful in Wushu, I saw another potential to do, because again, the flipping and the spinning, this kind of thing, I was so amazed, right? The most of the time, it's so fun. Then all of a sudden, the area at that time, tricking came. Tricking and parkour. And then I saw like, holy shit, yes, right? That's most of that, like, the area. And I was like, starts was even before that. Now, before that became like so popular, I knew already with underground information, like, you know, there's some Bilang, it's like before YouTube was Bilang, and there's a lot of martial arts, forum and internet, like some stuff. And I had already I found a bunch of guys in my town, also Vietnamese, who are also amazed about like this kind of, there was not a name, there's no title for it yet. Like there was not even tricking, called martial arts kicking, right? But it's flipping around, doing all the kicks and doing like backflips and beach twists and all the shit. I wanted to do that more instead of to do like forms training, like, you know, wushu style and all of this stuff. I want to be more like combination, like, yeah. So then all of a sudden I made a couple of guys and we created a team. The team called Team Bay or Team Bay. If you want to pronounce it as a Vietnamese, because Bay means 7 in Vietnamese. So it's, yeah, so yes, it's, Team 7. Yes, exactly, it's Team 7. Yeah, so because we were originally 7 Vietnamese. So we became Team Bay or Team Bay. Yeah, that was our name. That was just a hobby, right? But the hobby started to be even bigger, and that was my first wushu, because there was like not, especially in Germany, they don't support that much. There's no government support. You have to pay your own flight for national team championship. Yeah, so I feel like that's stupid, and I wanted to be more. I have more fun. More fun wise means like I want to learn instead of to be too restricted too much. So then when I met my friends, we created this team. Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, that became like for a couple of years. I did that like most of the time, like also like for live conventions, live shows, and all like all the tricking parkour mixed with wushu. That's my I would say athlete sports the background. Yeah, and not yeah. That's when everything started to become more that I want to be active as a performer. Yeah, but the thing is like it's so funny because so I was 18, 19. Wait, so yeah, 18, 19 when I was like very driven, and I wanted to be like a Jackie Chan or like the Jet Li action hero. But I didn't know how to become that because like everyone came together because I was so fit as well. Like I feel so strong with everything, and I try to perform more, and then but I didn't have any information or any contact or touch or to movies yet. It was only about my friends. We have a gym, training only, not even doing videos. It's just more live shows and non-live shows. Only sometimes we go out on the street and doing some flips on the street. But that's it. That's just for us. And one day I decided, okay, I finished my college. And then my parents and everyone's, of course, was thinking, okay, what do you want to do in your life? And I wanted to be an actor. So I told my parents, I want to study acting. And my father said, because he's a doctor, right? So like all my family are academic background. So like, no, you cannot do this. Of course, definitely can. But when I did like training everywhere, like we have like gatherings in all different cities. Yeah, there's one guy, it's a good friend. He told me, hey, if you are not allowed to do acting, why are you not shooting your own movies where you can act? And I was like, oh, that's actually smart. So I did not, at that time, I didn't thought about it at all, right? None. So I said, wow, maybe, yeah, that's actually a good idea. So then, because I was pretty good, like cliche Asian, I was very good at math. And mathematics, really good. Cool. And in biology, like scientists, I was also very good. So I applied myself from the university as a teacher because I didn't know what to do, right? I didn't know. So I finished in Germany. We have 13 years of school. If you finish it, it's called Abitur. Then you have to focus on another stuff, another topic or another well, how do you say? Yeah, you have to find your job, right? So you have to start. You can start something, right, in university. So I thought, okay, sure, I don't know what to do, but it's still fun. I like it, and I think it's pretty safe, if you like a teacher or whatever. So I applied myself, and I got also accepted to the university. So I was like, okay, great, maybe I get the teacher now, right? But at the same time, because my friends recommend me, maybe you should do movies. So okay, then I applied myself as well on a film school. But it's not the film median school, so it means like you do everything from graphic to medium design. So I was like, well, let's see. But for this kind of school, you have to have you have to make a test. You have to go into it. That you have to apply, and you have to pass the test first. Then you get like a homework or whatever, and then you have to make it, and then you can, if you pass it, then you get accepted. So that was a big gamble because I never done this before, like any like photography or films, right? So I bought a camera, a small one, and I just, from my non-existing knowledge and just also from the feeling, I shot the action scene. There's two ninjas fighting each other. That's it. Like really, really shitty, really shitty. Yeah, but it's back then. It was 2000, like very long time, 6 or 7, right? So yeah, so it was 20 years ago. So there's no DSLR, no mirrorless cameras, nothing, right? It's only like a small digital cam, and then I tried to shoot something. It's really shitty, but in the end, and there was he is still, or not now, but that time he was the professor who was testing the guys to accept them, and he was in the end of the whole university, my study time, he was also my professor, and he saw the video in the beginning, and he told me, sorry, like bottom line, I got accepted. Okay, I got accepted. I passed the test, and I got a 1.0 test points, like was A, like I got the A grade. And they accepted me straight away to the film school. It's just because my professor mentioned years later, he taught me because he saw the potential. It wasn't great, but it was potential. That's what they were looking for. They didn't want to searching for masters or crazy good filmmaker. They just want to see if you have a creative eye and you can kind of, without knowledge, try to approach something, or you can make something. And he saw so many potential, and then that's the reason I got accepted. And then at that time I knew, okay, fuck, that's my career then. So I of course I quit or canceled the math and the teacher job career, and I went straight to the film school. Yeah. My father and my mother said, okay, at least it's something like you study, not like fucking acting shit. So yes, yeah, exactly. So that's that was the only deal that they wanted to have. So yeah, in the end I got that, and then I studied for 6 years, 12 semesters. Yes, so 6 years. So I did like 2 years longer, but that was a time why, because I went to Skyfall at that time. Yeah, and then international. Yes, my first international job. Yes, but so, and the time in the film school, in the media and design school, I learned so much, and for me it was very, very important because for me also, coming from the school, we have like 8 to 5 or to 4 school. You have your classes. You have to learn like 1 hour every time, right? And then that was always my life, this kind of routine. But as soon as I stopped the school, like finishing the school, so I was like free. You can do whatever you want, but I couldn't really handle that because I was so lost. So what can I do? Someone has to tell me. Because 13 years, everyone telling me you have to do this, then you do that, right? And I was already this kind of person in the system, so it was really hard for me to get break myself free, and then just to create something. And that's the reason the film school was so great, because I had to do a movie to pass a semester, for instance. But then at the end of the day, like at the end of the semester, I learned like day one. Because I had to do 2 semesters, like a basic semesters, so I have to do everything. So it means like graphic design, I have to learn illustration, I have to learn photography, I have to learn about how to do a book, and fonts. I have to learn everything, like all about art and design. And I was so fucking bored, not bored, but I tried to get like a shortcut, just get as best as I can, but my grades was not really good in that field. But I was only focusing on film, because then when we do film or photography, I was totally into it. So by the end of the day, those 2 semesters doesn't matter. It's just to get into what you want to explore. You have to try everything. And then after the second semester, so from the third semester, you can specialize yourself, specialize in some field. And for me, it was theater and film. I just wanted to do film. And then since then, until the end, I did only one professor. I never switched, only one professor because there's only one who did film. And I pushed myself to film. And we have to, to pass a semester, you have to deliver one movie or one project, right? And I did every 8 to 9 films. Because for me, I didn't care about the grade. I didn't care about the past. I just wanted to learn. So I did so many movies. Everything was before YouTube. YouTube didn't exist yet. So I had to shoot short films, many short films. I do this and that, dramas. But of course, I did most of the time action. So it's only action tips, only action. Every semester. Again, in Germany, we don't have that much action community. There's none. Like us, yes, but there's no genre, right? So it's only for me. Yeah, but all of a sudden YouTube came. And then I realized I saw what is that? I don't know. Okay, I just upload that. And just to see. And all of a sudden it became so viral. So a couple of videos of mine. So viral were 150,000 views. But that back then was a lot, right? So and especially it was only YouTube in America. There's no German or Asian. There's only America. So the community was pretty, like, videos get viral really quick, and because there's not that much content. And then I started to build up a kind of community, my own, and just produce more. And then all of a sudden I got, not through YouTube, but I had the chance, because we had like live shows and do our own videos. Also in Germany, there was one director and producer. His name is Grant Hanlon. He found us, and he asked me, could you imagine to be doing stunt double for kids? Because we are pretty small and young looking, so we can double in his movie. For us, okay, well, of course, we can try. We can do it. That was my very, very first movie in Germany, like a feature. It's like a comedy, a family movie. It's like kind of like Shaolin Soccer, and but it's often it's like a kids that they do some tricks and while they're doing soccer, and we down the kids doing some tricks and all this shit. And since then, all of a sudden, I went into the stunt world, and then because we produced more and more, people saw our stuff. We didn't know about the word indie, but then we kind of jumped into that area, and then all of a sudden I got a call from the UK, and then they're looking for Asian stunt performer, and then it was Skyfall, and then I came to Skyfall. That was my first international project. Yeah. So you have to know, since 2016, I stopped performing. I'm not doing performing anymore. Yeah? I'm not doing any performance anymore. Was because of any. Yes, yeah. So, but yeah, yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, I'm still training. I'm still fit. I'm still doing, like, sometimes I'm able to do flips, acrobatic, and I do also performance kind-ish, but I'm not offering myself the service in front of camera anymore, because 2016 there was a big change for myself. I did like chapter with any change. It's my big brother, also from Jackie Chan Santin, and we work so. Yes, exactly, yeah, and he's like my big brother, because we're the same team, and he told me as well, like, if you want to move on, and you want to career, and you have so many abilities, he would recommend me to stop performing. I have to close the chapter. If you want to move on, if you want a better life, you have to close the chapter and then move on. And then I was thinking about a lot, because at that time I'm still fit, and 2016 I'm still young compared to other guys too, and I still have injuries, of course, but I can still move. I'm still fast. I have all the knowledge as well. But he was right. So I made the decision. It was a hard decision, but I said for myself and promised myself, I promised Andy, I'm not doing performance anymore. Like I'm not offering anymore. So Badlands was the last project for myself as a performer. And then I focusing more on the filmmaking aspect. But also, it's just because my heart is it's all over the place at that time. I love to do performance. I love to study. I love to see my writing, no? But I also love to do camera. I love to do storytelling. Where's my heart? Where is it really going? And I feel like in a whole years, it switched so much. And it's just because more filmmaking. And then before I lose myself in both ways to get all, I want to be focused on one thing. Yeah. So, but it's not a sacrifice. I wouldn't say it, man. I never regret it. It's just more my feeling is just I love it more. And this is crazy because, like I mentioned before, when I grew up, my biggest dream was I want to be Jackie Chan. I want to be Jet Li. I want to perform. I mean, it's so cool, right? But I learned in my whole life now, in my path, and because I do also, maybe it's also like a Buddhism thing, is with myself. And I just learned through the film school and everything else that I never wanted to actually be in front of camera, or I want to be the main guy in the like Jackie. What I want to be is I want to be Jackie, yes, but only because when I watched him, I was so inspired that I want to be that, right? I love this movie. I love this. He was always a good guy, and it was this and that. But I wasn't amazed about Jackie. I was always amazed about the character. And then, of course, what made myself when I watched the movie. And now I learned that's what I want to do. I want to create movies when I get other kids, when they watch it, I want to be like this and that, like inspire other people. And that is the most thing where I learned is like, how can I reach it? Not as an actor. I can only reach it as a filmmaker. Like as a story, I build a character. I craft that one, and I have to control. I will shoot. I will design. I will lead with the camera and the editing. How the story will go, and that's what I learned. That's what I want to do. That's the reason. 2016, I said no, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to be a filmmaker. Yeah, and storytelling and everything. So that's the reason. But so back to your question. Yes, I still training a lot because the training is not only to hold my body intact, because of course I have a lot of back pain and knees because I have to, otherwise I cannot do also camera operating, but also my living is very hard now because when I move and I haven't trained, I feel all the joints, right? Because of the injuries and hard like impacts on parkour and tricking. But what I learned mostly is why I'm training is because it's also a discipline. Because I'm still in my heart, I'm a martial artist. And a martial artist is always of self-discipline. And then again, what I learned in Wushu, we don't have any belts. We don't have any titles, right? The only title that you can win on a Wushu is when you win a championship. Then you know, okay, you are the best, right? And but also in the Wushu philosophy is you have, for instance, you have a form like a taolu. The only way you can finish and make the taolu good is into a training. So you have to do the double spin in the split. You have to do the twist. You have to form. You have to learn the speed. And when you watch it or on a mirror, then you see you achieve something by training. So there is nothing else like, okay, I do a couple of times and we're good. No, there's no shortcut. You have to train. And that's just kind of still in my head. So I'm very addicted when it comes to training. If I'm not training more than like less than two days in a row, I get very nervous. So I have to train almost every day or every second day. And my training is mostly on physical training at the moment. I'm still doing martial arts. Like again, like since I haven't told you, but since I did the Skyfall, my martial arts mindset changed as well, because I come from the Taolu, so it's like forms, it's just right like dancing, right, performing on it. And when I was on Skyfall, the first time I learned about application martial arts, like boxing, sparring, MMA, grappling. I never had this kind of experience. I thought because I was wushu and I do everything like wushu, you know, they're jumping and I'm so fast, I can finish, I can fight. That's what I thought. I was so knocked out. And then when I was there, we did some sparring. I got smashed the whole time. I got jabs out. I have no clue what I'm doing, right? It's like, it's not the application. So in that time, I was like, fuck, I was so dumb. I really thought with wushu, the world is mine because it's the best martial art. But it was it's good. Is it good? It is still good. Yeah, but it does only his purpose, but not the other one. And that was the first time I learned my lesson. So then because I got all punches and all sparring, I felt so useless. My world broke, right? So after that, then I started to learn and study more about different application martial arts. So I did my back was more now in boxing, but also Philippine. I did like Balintabak. I tried to now that then Kali. So then, yeah, this kind of art I learned to learn more. Also like MMA, of course, grappling, BJJ, all the stuff. So I do like most of the stuff like here and there. So yeah, and yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I know all of them. Even Real Deal, you know, they're all the movie they were back then. No, we met everyone because again, like Germany, we don't have that proper community at all. That's all what we have, right? So we are just passionate, and then internet, of course, Bilang and YouTube. So that make us like well known each other. It's like we saw a song, oh, that's fucking good. Then we get in contact. Hey, can you imagine to shoot something together, whatever? Then we become good friends because there's only 10 people, right? The names only like few of them, yeah. So we have to stick together, anyways, yeah. So that's I think sometimes it's a little bit different than in America. America, there are a bunch of people, a lot. They have got different clans, groups. Yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah. We don't have any industry that here in Germany, so that's the reason we have to stick together, right? And no, the first one I really met and heard and spoke, I think it was Essie Skinvere. He was the first guy. No, yes. So I heard like a bunch of because he saw some stuff and he was also very interested and excited when he watched it. And I watched his stuff too once. And on MySpace back then was no old school. Yeah, yeah. So that one we have contact, but just online. That's it. And then really close. I became with Andy Long. We are like brothers. Yeah, not because only because he is also he brought me also to Jackie Chan's hunting, but it's also because of his mindset, his person in himself, and we are like really good fans. And Lawrence as well. Like I think through Andy we become Lawrence together, and now we're like a trio and good team. Yeah, but work wise, Mike Weller worked also. I want to know his own movies. I helped him a lot. Again with Essie as well. We're working a lot. Just recently, or this year, we did together a commercial. I was the DP for his project. He was action director. But it always like here and there we be contact and keep us update, and then let's see what we can do together. When I think about it, like we don't do that much together, right? Like work wise projects. Like you could imagine because we are everyone's in the same country, like like Germany, a country, but it's not like we're like sitting every day together or every week or month, right? Sometimes we see only one or two twice a year, and it's like I feel sad too, and always want to work together, but it's just really what you just said. Just when I realize it, it's so strange. Like sometimes I because I'm working so much, I losing also the view what I have done already, and it's also it's really interesting also for myself sometimes to see when I look back again, like I come from a very small town and city. Had just a little boy, had big dreams, and I just wanted to be focused, like for martial arts, self discipline. And all of a sudden, I do a lot of martial arts, not martial arts, but American movies. But the same happened with my friends, like India too. He went his career Asia as well, and always we tried to come back, but we never work in Germany. Even though we're based in Germany, that's just it's like ironic, you know. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. This project means a lot to me. Yeah, yeah. Really, I did directing, the director of photography, so DP, writing, and then producing and all act, editing. Yeah, I did everything. It was like long story short, like again, because of my background in the film school, I created really early already the ability to do independent movies, like guerrilla, right? So I don't have anything, no money, I'm just shoot. And in the whole career or my path of my career, I built up equipment as well. So I have like a proper camera, a proper gear. So I don't never need to rent anything because I have it already. And so the big plan was with Cyberpunk, and my friend Sean Boo and me, when we created, so we have Team Bay, right? Team Bay was a stunt team or a team who is presenting in front of camera. But then again, when I had my career a little bit more, my focus,
Yeah.
and I want to be a filmmaker, I created T7 production. So it's a Team Bay production, right? So it's a short production. So I try to be more as a production, as a film production company. And but almost at the same time, so also the commercial, music videos, all this bunch of stuff. But then we did the Star Wars, right? Which we will talk later. And after the Star Wars, we had like this kind of image that we're doing a low budget or independent action movies or fan films for.
Live
And then
actions and all that.
yeah, live action, exactly. So, and then for us, was like, wow, it's actually cool because again, in Germany, we don't have an industry at all. So we created kind of our own industry, but we the only things we don't get paid for that. Right? There's no money.
Because it's
Except for
no cinema release, no
yeah,
DVDs,
yes,
no Blu-ray release as well.
and we have no distributor because for us it was just about creating. It's not about all the process.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's like very naive, but that was our time. Not young, we weren't young, but it's just what we want to do. And very very was a or rare, like a diamond. We just want to do something, because sometimes that's also the backstory about the Cyberpunk. I finished working on June. I finished on not finishing, but I worked on Changi, and then also a bunch of other stuff in the before. And I was like six Underground, for example, Michael Bay, and I was kind of tired about the industry. There's an American industry. I mean, it's just because there's so much politics. It's always like you have to talk this.
Always
Yeah.
propaganda and all that.
Yeah, then so yeah, but also politics in terms of you cannot do whatever you want, right? You have to always speak to this. We have this approval, this and whatever. And there's so many opinions, this kind of, and then sometimes you cannot because there's the hierarchy. You cannot just go there and just make it right. And I am kind of like also very impatient, or I just want to do something. I was great. I have like a vision. I built up so much ability to tell stories. But now I'm not allowed to tell the stories, which would fit better for a movie. So, or I assume, right? I assume it would be better, and that's the reason I feel like okay, I'm just tired. I should do something else, right? Maybe I should go home and try to build my own stuff, and then. Yeah, my friend, more cosplayer, Ben, his name, is a cosplayer. He did also the Star Wars actor, and Johnny Silverhand. He had the idea because he is the testimonial of CD Projekt. That's a game company who did Cyberpunk, and they did Witcher. So he's already in contact with them, and he asked him, "Hey, you would like to have a fan film?" And they good. So okay, cool. They provided us with little information, but not too much about the game. But then they gave us a little more sponsoring with money, not really much, just to help us to get some food, because we never asked for any big or budget.
Yeah.
And then the idea was actually to have only, that was Ben's idea. He wants to have Johnny Silverhand with his arm, have some bomb action, and that's it. But I told him, hey, look, because 2014-15 we did Star Wars, releasing in 16. So now 2020, so it's like 4 years a gap. We did Cyberpunk, and I feel like, damn, I want to do something again. Yeah, and I don't want to do like only a video for TikTok or Instagram. I just want to do a movie,
A proper
like my own. Just a movie. Let's do it. Just shoot a long movie. Doesn't matter. So when we went to this project, I was writing the script really quick in 2 weeks only, because I was technically in Changji. Still, I was there because I was in 3 months of working, and then prep time, and it was Christmas break. And then in between the Christmas break, I wanted to shoot this only for a couple of days, but then we ran out of time and the money and everything. But because I told Ben I want to do big, it doesn't matter what it is. And then I supposed to fly back in February to Shanghai to do the shootings, whatever.
Yeah.
But then what happened is COVID.
Yeah.
And COVID happened, yes. And that's COVID shut down everything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like 1 year or 2 years, I think everything has shut down. Yeah. Even flight.
Except all movie. Yes, except that's really good. I was really, really pleased. I was blessed by the COVID, because I was finally lucky to stay home.
Yeah.
And just have there's a business. Yeah, so we got a bunch of still we have like masks and everything. You know, we have also some like hidden nose with mask, and we followed the police, the releases for all the rules, right? The COVID rules. So we did it. So we had also zero infection.
Infections, yes. No cases.
No cases, right? No cases. So we're really pleased, but blessed. And but the whole summer I was shooting, but Brian was asking a wish that I come back, but I had unfortunately refused for Shang-Chi, because I didn't prepare, because I was middle on this project already, and I told him, hey, I'm so sorry, but really sorry, because I love Brad, I loved him really much, and so much, really, and what he done also for us and for me was incredible. But at that time, I wanted to make the decision, the first time for myself. Now I want to finish this, right? I want to really, because otherwise I would have worked again, many years again for service for others. But not myself. Yeah, so that I want to do this. I felt it so badly. I even turned down Halo season 1.
I have some of that.
Yeah, and I was there, right? You see, and I was there.
Okay.
I wanted that too. But again, luckily because of the COVID, everyone shut down. So I used the whole summer to shoot. I finished everything. But in February, I did for Jonathan Liebesman, he's the director for Halo. He asked me, because he got my contact from Badlands, and he asked me, hey, can you help me out for some previous? And I said, okay, fine, I can do it pretty quick. So I did in 2 days previous for Halo, for the TV show for them. And they was really amazed that it's so quick. I did it in Germany, right? They shot in Budapest. I did just France in Germany. I sent it out. They were super happy. And then all of a sudden they asked me to do fight coordination for Halo. And I said, I want to do my thing. Now, either way, if I would do the job, I would rather do the Changji, right? Than the Halo. So I have to finish my movie first. That's my priority. So long story short, I finished.
We spent a lot of time and effort and the money.
Yes. So in the end, we had 17 days. We shot 17 days. Yeah,
It's a long time for an independent movie.
yeah. So, but we spread, right? Like a couple of days because for me, it's like I don't care because I just want to shoot because I love to be on the set. That's my kind of home, my own home place.
That's true.
And
Passion.
and then the great thing is because of my cousin, he has an agency about like commercial and all the stuff. He provide us sponsorings. So we had BMW, Rockstar, Vodafone, C-Series, and we had a bunch of those guys.
That's
And
something
they,
I was about to ask because I see like it was like a huge independent movie with a good budget.
yeah. So the budget what we had was around about 60K.
Okay. Euro or
Yeah.
I think dollar. Okay.
Euro, 60 euro or 60,000 euro, round about. But the most of the no, no most, all of the money I went or put it for the movie. So I put expenses, accommodation, travel, and also the people who helped us.
Yeah.
So we get them now because sometimes you cannot be everything for free. So at the end, who is the core team? I just gave them everyone like 2,000 and 3,000 euros. Yeah, and then visual effects we have to pay them because we have a bunch of friends, but also companies. We ask, "Hey, can you help out for this and that?" Yeah, okay, man. Hey, at least we can give you this and the money. That's okay, it's fine. So they actually helped us a lot. So in the end, we had 150 people who helped us on this movie, and also for the party scene, for instance, there was like hundreds of cosplayer. He came just for fun, for free, just to be there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm so pleased. That's the reason this project is so important for me because it's brought up. It's only about passion and filmmaking. And for me, I did like shot this only no previous. We shot everything on a day.
Wow. That's it.
Lighting, all is on set. We had to build the set on a day, shoot a day, choreograph or whatever, shooting on a day.
Yeah.
And
It's like just Hong Kong. That's
Yes.
they do it in Hong Kong.
Yes. Yeah, proper Hong Kong style. And the only thing, the funny thing is also most of the guys who was doing the action, yeah, like falling. Not all of them are professional stunt guys. It's just just one guy there. There's all guy like he's my third AD. He crashed into the table. I asked him, well, okay, who wants to crash into the table? Yeah, well, I want to do it. Okay, coach. Because for me, my agenda was just to bring Hollywood to Germany and my journey to do a movie, and then I will teach everything, like the styles, the tricks, and tips, what we can do with Hong Kong with the action, and I will explain as well. And that was my original goal with that one, so we can grow up together and then building a better community connection. Yeah, but the craziest on this story is actually that we produced a trailer in April and released that to get like more attention. Or maybe also a city project was posting it, right? So they were always in touch, and also that we get more sponsoring for that. So we organized that, but then all of a sudden in summertime, in August, I think we almost finished the film. So like only like visual effects and shooting some green screen pickups, some small things in September. Then all of a sudden I got a call from, or not me, but my friends in the band for Ubisoft. So they want to have, because I saw that and fuck, it's amazing. We want also something like that. And then we got the job to do a live action for Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, Valhalla. Yeah, it was released like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, same time. So we did a live action video for Ubisoft Xbox for Valhalla as well. So we shot us, but it was paid. It was a paid job. So I spent like all the money for, and then the whole team in Cyberpunk, I used the same, of course. I paid them like normal rates, everything. 3 days to shoot the short, 11 minutes, 12 minutes. I write the script as well, produce, directing, DP and editing, all the shit. And then I finished this. I finished Cyberpunk. Now it's only post-production. Yeah, I know post-production. And then I got the call from Jonathan Liebesman. COVID is not free, but is lockdown is finished. And then in October, I have to go for Halo to Budapest.
Yeah.
he was begging, please help me, help me. And I was like, "Fuck, okay, shit." So then I went there and I finished 3 movies in the same time. So I didn't sleep. I still only
So
slept.
out of work.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because he asked me, well, what are you doing? I said, no, I have to finish the thing. Yeah, what are you doing? I said, yeah, we need post-production only. Okay, come over. I will organize you a PC, a workstation. And then he will, yeah. So that happened. I went to there. I prepped the final fight for Halo Season 1. Was incredibly busy as fuck. And like, so 7 o'clock is the morning call. I go there, wrapping at 6, 7. I go home, eat really quick, and I editing and not editing, like visual effects, editing, coordination with other people, sound design, grading until 4, 5. I sleep to 2, 7, and then again for 2 months. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I died. Yeah, and our release was in the end of November and the beginning of December.
yeah. I
Before,
remember that. I was following the release of the movie. I've seen that
yeah.
when it was released back in the days. Yeah, it was really fun, and it came just like in the same time of the game. That's why it made
Yes,
it really
yes.
special to watch.
Yes. So because the game came out originally, it should be supposed to be come out in March, but it was pushed back to December.
Okay.
No, I was like, oh my god, thank you, because our plan was always to release it before the game
Yeah.
and move.
Okay.
That was all plan. Now we had 1 week before the game came out. We released this. Oh,
It's really.
that
There was any theatrical release in or watch? I mean, in the theaters for Cyberpunk. Did some audience watch it on the cinema on the theaters?
Oh yeah. I saw some people. Yeah, because there's like a festival or some people have a festival, and then we submitted it, and then they should watch it in big screen too.
Oh,
We wanted to actually do like a premiere. Yeah, but
yeah, it's important.
we never made. Oh, one day we was back 14. We want to do like because I feel like this project is definitely like a cinema, like a screen theater. But yeah, it's just because of the time. Because it's crazy. Because I finished season 1, Halo, almost in the middle of the year of 2021. So I spent 10 months on Halo, and I never came back home. And that there, I went to Night of Zodiac. So 2021 was a very busy year for me.
That's really, yeah. Okay, I want to talk about many of your indie action movies, but with the time we have, I cannot. But I can mention one more film, like Darth Maul Apprentice, which is a Star Wars fan film. It was really interesting how you tried to simulate the universe of Star Wars. What could you tell about this project?
The Darth Maul Apprentice was mostly Sean Boo's project. He's the director. I was action directing, but we were partners at the time. We're still good friends, very good friends, and we're still working also together, but not that close because he's changed his company. And no, it was his bachelor movie, and it was also for me a very important and exciting project because I learned
Yeah.
also so much as an action director, more like with our own stuff to manage people, first of all, and also in a bigger scale. Like, of course, the movie is mostly on action, right? But to tell the story, like through the action, that was the first time, the biggest challenge what I had that time. Yeah, and that was really fun. Like for me, it's very important because I grew up also with the friends and as an indie, right? This indie kind of feeling, and also everyone together with visual effects and all the stuff. Yeah, that was a great, great time.
Yeah, that's really nice, brother, and interesting to watch.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, brother, you're doing a great job. You did some really beautiful movies, which I have seen back in the days and the recent days because I was doing some research about your episode, and that I had the chance to check out some of your more films on your
Wow.
channel.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, let's
Great.
talk about your professional career. I know you've been part of many projects like Into the Badlands, Dune, The Foreigner, Night of the Zodiac, Chenchi, and many more. What was your first professional job? I know, yeah, I know it was careful, I think.
Skyfall, yeah.
Yeah.
Skyfall was my first international.
Okay.
After that, international. I mean, my very, very first project was Teufels Kicker. His name is Deadly Kicker. That's a kids movie.
Yeah, that was professional, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got paid for that.
Yes. That was my very, very first time. And then international, when I had like this ability to step up from Germany in the industry, it was Skyfall. After it was Cloud Atlas. Yeah, but it was small.
Yeah.
Same with Asian.
Yeah.
But I would say my biggest jump was definitely into the Badlands. Yeah, and there that, and of course the Foreigner, because that was before when I joined the Jackie's team. That was the first time, and that everything happened is just because I worked once in Hong Kong for 10 months for China Star production and Jackie Hen. And I met Wushu master Christian Dale. He's a championship master and also now a fight action director. I met him there in Hong Kong, and that was my first I think biggest boost what I had, because before I was mostly a performer. Skyfall was not really much when I mean the best time what I had was only the training. It was the first time. I never experienced the application martial arts. I never had like this kind of also military shooting, all the stuff. I never had this kind of contact.
Oh, okay.
And to learn that, but my role in itself, what I did was nothing major. It was just a minor thing. I just won. I was a player, a stunt player, and I die, and I'm just the rest of the scene. I'm on the ground. That was my first time I realized what I'm doing in my life, because I'm training so hard. I was like always ambition. I wanted to do something. And then at the end of the day, I have a screen time for a couple seconds only, and then ground, and then that's for 3 months, right? So preparation, everything. That's all. Yeah.
So
That's
you were
what's my
ambitious to see to have more in the business.
yes. So that's the reason. Like, okay, I have to change. I have to shift in that. That's not how my career should be. And then that's the reason also my filmmaking. Into the Badlands was amazing, but the season 3 was much better than season 2 for me.
Okay, since you mentioned Into the Badlands, I know it was an interesting sci-fi martial art TV series in which you wore the shoes of an action designer. How did you get that job?
It's incredible. For me, it's an incredible story. Like, again, so first of all, Into the Badlands, it's still the best project I ever had in my life. It doesn't matter if it's Duon or Changji, it is Badlands, always. If someone asks me, it's Badlands, because Badlands became a family really strong.
Yeah.
And the most interesting story, and I wish every stunt guy would have the opportunity to work on a Badlands production, is because you have the first time, and I think only the only time, the Hong Kong filmmaking cinema and the American production together.
That's true.
This is the first time and the last time.
And
Why? Because it is great. So, long story short, so I finished the Foreigner, and was my privilege to be working only with this Jackie Chan stunt team. I was a member. Not a member. I worked for the Jackie Chan stunt team. Yeah, team.
And sorry for interrupting you. Which generation are you in Jackie Chan?
Eighth.
The eighth generation.
Yes.
But
it's because of this movie. So Guo Hua is my mentor. He's in the fifth generation, and he brought me into this team or in this movie, right? And I got the contact by Max Huang and Andy Long. They recommend me, and then he said, "Okay, I want to try this board." And I came because of my ability of camera and editing.
Yeah.
And so again, that's this time already, 2016. But actually, was it 15, 16? No, 16. It was 16. Yeah. So, which is what I'm saying is, 16. So I was in Foreigner, I thought I wanted to do more performance, but at the moment, I want to have. That was my first goal. I want to be more as a stunt, proper stunt. So doing also math, pushing here, pads, preparation, choreography, and so on. I want to have more set experience about that. Then I finished this one. Was great. Gonghua wants to work more time with me. Then I went to Bleeding Steel with Max Wang. I finished. I had to also earlier because I got a call from Badlands and Andy Cheng. And then when I was there, it was just amazing time for me. It was also really hilarious because the team who is in the action is Ying Wong Ping team. So it's Master Didi. Yeah, and Master Didi, they're doing wuxia. So Jet Li style.
Yeah.
So very beautiful. Right? But I haven't done, at that time, I haven't done wushu that much anymore because of the vacation, boxing, reunions and shit. And then coming back to us, holy shit, this is my backbone. I love this shit. My heart blew up so hard because like we thought
That was your main discipline.
yeah. So but I have to try to adapt again. So also weapons, all the stuff, and I was the double of MK, right, the young boy.
Okay.
And I got the job because of Daniel Wu. So Daniel Wu, he's like in love him. He watch a lot.
I know he's. I remember him really good in Jackie Chan film.
Yes.
New story. Yes, that the first time I have watched his performance.
Yeah.
He's talented and very skillful actor.
Yeah, and now I love him because he's as a person. He's a great person as a man. He's such a gentleman and he's humble, very grounded. He's also a producer of Badlands and then of course of the main guy.
Yeah.
So he found my YouTube, my showreel, and then he was sending out asking the Irish stunt coordinator, P. Miles, hey, can you check out this guy? And then then he sent contact, and I told him, hey, I work with Jackie Chan stunt team, so this and that. And then it's so funny because he told me, he's like, oh really? He worked with Jackie stunt team because he is in the Jackie Chan acting management.
Yeah.
I really, because everyone can claim right to work with Jackie, right? So and then he called Dorothy, and Dorothy is the right hand of Jackie, and she said, yeah, he's a good boy. He worked with us. Fine now. So and then for then he was solid. I want this boy. So then I came over. So there was no question where he wanted me to join them. Then when I was there, I was really afraid, really I was intimidated because I saw the Chinese guys, and I worked already in China. I know how hard it is, right, in China and also in the foreigner. But it was different. Because Yungo Ping that team was different. And they called me the first couple of weeks always the Jackie boy. Because I had the Jackie like clothes and brands and merch. And they're like the other style. And then I'm sometimes too fast. They are slow down.
Man, you remind the name of Jackie.
Yeah. Well that's so hard because my movement is so quick. And then for them it's more bigger and more smooth. So with that, so it was so funny. And then, so the great thing is they treated me as well as a China guy instead of as a European performer.
Yeah, that's so common. There is people. I mean, European and Americans cannot make a difference between.
Yeah. So,
especially Vietnamese and Chinese, they look the same.
Yeah. So for example, I noticed it. Sometimes Master Didi, he's so great. He's an action director, though, as well. He was a fight manager because Andy is action director, but he's a producer as well.
Oh, yeah.
Master Didi, long time, for 15 years, he stunt double.
Okay.
He was so brave. He's older now, he's over. And he's amazing as a choreographer and also as a martial artist. Is amazing, his performance as well. But even in his age, his knowledge about editing and the shooting, how to shoot the Hong Kong style. He speaks also Cantonese, so it's a proper one. It's amazing, like to work with those guys. And but it's an American production. It means money's good. Yeah, we have proper routine shootings. It's like no overtime or memory overtime get paid, only 5 days and all so on, right? Like we have rules. But the way we shoot choreography, everyone on the spot, on the day, even the actor, everyone has to learn. Blah, blah, blah. And there are 12 people, they're working so fast together, and everyone has to listen to them. And that was amazing to see. That's what I meant. The two worlds of Hong Kong style working way and American production came together. And we were so fast. So that was in season 2. And for me, it was so amazing. It's like I was treated as a Chinese guy too, right? I had to get the paid payroll like a European, but how they treat me was also like China, because they know I came from China background, Turkey, so they kind of all was the same. So what I mean is like when you do something good, you don't get like good, never. They always say, okay, let's move on. If you fucked up, then you get you're fucking jam. Right? Like, yeah, you know, adieu, let them all like adieu, always like that, right? And but if you're a European, you not get treated like that. But for me, I feel honored. I feel as a privilege, because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you can do better. No, I want the Chinese way. If you hit hard. If you ask for one, we do two. Like always, like there's always I keep in mind. It's a Guohuan, everyone else, I love it. Even for instance, to get a beat twist like a Hong Kong twist, a 4. And then I say, I do 1, maybe that's okay. You do 2, do double twist. Yeah, because you so yeah. When you jump up, you do that 4, like tackle, you do fucking jump higher, you do fucking like don't do half thing, you know? Yeah, because this was Mr. Lee. It's the double objective, which he always said. If you fall, make sure you fucking fall hard. Why? Because if you do a little bit, then you do 7 times, and this hurts more than only one with really good form, you know? So that was like, oh yeah, smart, yeah. So that's the reason I make sure it looks fucking good when I fall. Like, yeah, smash it.
It's really harder in Hong Kong. Everything in Hong Kong is really, really, really hard, but you can see the final product every time. It's really fun to watch, and especially the movies of the 80s and the 90s, the golden age of Hong Kong cinema.
Yes. So my heart's always still there, the 80s, 90s. Like, this is for me the best, yeah. And I kept that. But yeah, it was so, long story short, bottom line wise, also important for me is because season 2, and I remember that day we had like a lit party, and I was, again, in season 2, I was only a stunt double. Always stunt. I did only double, and for me, I tried to stay focused. I know I want to do more filmmaking, so what I did, like previous action design, but for here, I'm a stunt double. So I put everything to the side, nothing with camera, nothing with editing. And I just perform. I do my best, all performance. And hitting hard, I will hit up. And then one day on the party, Daniel came to me and mentioned, but hey, because he came just to me, I don't know when, are you happy? I said, yeah, of course I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much again for all what you've done and your words, you know. But I said, he doesn't look happy. Which, no, I am happy. So I know, I see it in you. You are more a creator, like than a performer. And then I was curious, like, because we never spoke about that topic. But I told him, yeah, of course, because I knew in my head, I want to finish this, and then my next move, what I do. So I finished this, okay. Then Andy Cheng mentioned already, right? This is when Andy and I came very close. That he told to me, because they know my background as a filmmaker, but that was the time when Andy told me I should close the chapter. And that was almost end of the show. And then I was processing in my head the last couple of weeks. How can I do it? Because I'm still I'm 32. I'm fucking young. I can still move. But how can I just close it? Because my career built on this at the moment. Not in the future, but at the moment. So when I get a call, I get money, right? If not, then I wouldn't get any money anymore, right? So, but I want to do this because I want to be strong. So I think that process of this kind of education, what I had in my mind, they saw that for some reason. And then he told me, I know you are more creator and I like your stuff. And you get in there one day. Okay, cool. So long story short, we finished season 2. I made my plan from 2017. So after 16, I will close my chapter. And from January, I do only filmmaking. I want to be action designing. I want to work
behind the camera, of course.
yes, behind the camera, yes. And I want to help everyone else who loves to be in front of camera more than me. I'm going to push them more. I want to catching everything. Because I know some people that happen in season 2 as well. They're like the action, you fall down, and the camera like this. Like, delay, right? They actually happen already. So we have no feeling. So I'm like, frustration, right? Because I know I can do it, but I cannot do it because I'm not in this position to say or to do something because I'm a fucking performer on it, right? So it's like the hierarchy. So 2017, all of a sudden in May, I remember so clearly, May 2017, they called me and said, hey, I have an idea. I want you as action director for next season 3. And I was like, what? Action director? Is there any change, right? So, yeah, so it will be. So, but we try to figure it out what we can do. And long story short, I became assistant action director because the one of producer said, hey, this boy is too young. Maybe he cannot. And I'm very pleased, blessed that I wasn't the action director, but assistant action director. Oh, yeah. Why? Just because it was so much pressure. I had never been an action director this bigger scale, right? And I was so glad for that. Andy was an action director, and I was his assistant. So I did all the editing. I edited all the fights, 47 fights of 45 from Bosho. I designed it with him, and also together. So he has an idea, and I executed with the camera, a little bit camera sometimes, and also choreography. And then when I edit, I say, okay, we need this shot, this and this, whatever. So helping a lot with this kind of process, creative process. But also at the same time, because we didn't find a good double for NK, I had to double it sometimes as well. Now I said, okay, I can do like doubling, so for the fights. But not only for that, so no performance, no Goonie, no ND fights. It's only double, and then rest I do the editing and then helping out some action designs. And by the end of the day, I got the action designer credit. Yeah, because it's similar. It's not any major. We got also some because of robotics departments. But I'm fine with that. And that's why Badlands was the biggest project for me, is because I got more freedom this first time. I got the trust, and I finished strong this TV show with everyone together as one of the head of departments, kind of. That's, I feel like, very grateful for this opportunity. Yeah, because before I was just a player, like one of them, like a little mechanic reel only. Now I became a bigger. That's very important.
And what about the Foreigner? You did work with besides the legendary Jackie Chan, of course, as a stunt performer. How was it like being working with Jackie in general? Because I know you did work with him on Bleeding Steel as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so with Jackie, to be honest, I don't have that much relationship with him because I'm one of the other guys, right? Oh, yeah. The only thing what I wanted to do was always to be a very great for team or for Wanhua. That was always my goal because I want to be a good part, not like useless. Okay, what are you doing here just because No, I just want to do something. I want to be the hardest. There was Andy Cheng always taught me in the first lesson is always be the hardest worker in the room, right? Without screaming for credits or intention. Just be the hardest worker, then you get the attention anyways. And I was like, fuck, that's great. So I was always like that. That's my words. I just want to give my best, the best work I can do. And for Jackie, for me, I never asked him, hey, Jackie, I'm here. Never. I just want to be there in the present. To see him working, I want to get inspired. I want to see. I want to learn. Right, that was always my goal, and it was definitely one of the craziest experience ever. When I saw him for real life, like 1 meter in front of me, and he's greeting me, and I was holy shit! It's just Jackie Chan, you know, like all these movies in my head went like in fast, and it was just amazing. But what I learned is like as soon as you are close to Jackie, he is less funny, less, you know, just because it's kind of like he can rest.
There is
And,
a
and
lot of discipline and a lot of.
yes,
He's very serious on the set.
yes, serious, yes. And in general, the team is also he's good guy, really good man. He always gave us like when we go out, he always pays. He's very about concerned about the wealth of the team always, and I really this is amazing to see. But he's in general very calm and less active and very passive, very like tired, you know. Like, but if you see him like that, then you know you're very close to him, and the team is as close as what. And that's I feel also again like what a privilege to experience this kind of way to see him.
Yeah, and I know he's a hard worker as well on the set. He helps the staff on the movie, and he worked with everyone on the set. And,
Yeah,
clean and
yeah,
people eating, I think, and all that.
yeah. That's true. Yeah,
He distribute food as well on the set.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, it's so funny. Also, when we go eat, we have to eat, finish everything. He hates if some leftovers. No, it's not allowed. It's true. That
Leftovers.
yeah. That's not allowed. We have to finish everything.
Okay, yeah, really, really great experience to witness working with Jackie Chan. Of course, one of the iconic names in the martial art movie business. And of course, let's go back to talk about yourself. Which task do you enjoy more? Is it directing or camera operating, action design, editing, fight choreography? I know you have passion for all of that, but if you can mention one of them, that would be really nice.
Yeah. No, I think the hardest part is to say because I claim myself not anymore as a director. I'm probably more as a filmmaker. Yeah. No, like because everything is together. Recently, because I finished also this year's first time as a DP for a TV show, the Amazon Prime TV show, was my first time also this kind of credit, and I at the moment enjoying the process and the work as a camera a lot, the DP and the camera operators. It's just because I'm capturing the pictures and I put so much, trying to put so much feeling into the shots, and I know I can get it. But at the same time, I also need to edit it because I have a vision and I just want to finish it. And because in the editing, there is when the movie will happen. Because your story gets told by a good editing, all right, and also the action. So it's always a combination. It has to be connected. It's very, very hard for me to disconnect that. But in terms of what I'm still trying to look, or what I'm very passionate about is definitely direct. Just because I have to be control of what I really want to tell, like as a story.
Yeah, of course. Director position allow you to control and
Yeah. Yes.
to have the freedom to do your work in the best circumstances, of course.
Yes. Yes. But at the moment, it's just because camera, it's so technical,
Yeah.
right? It's so technical, which I'm like a geek. I like technical stuff a lot. I like to play with toys, right? And that's the reason at the moment I'm still enjoying this a lot. Running around the drone and have a gimbal and then doing this shots and all and tweaking and then all this. So that's the reason I enjoy that this present at the moment a lot.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, indeed. And okay, now we move to talk about Hong Kong cinema, which is a tradition in my show. Since it was a reference for many movie makers. I know you were a super fan of Jet Li, as you mentioned before.
Yeah.
What did impress you in Jet Li's style?
It's of course his performance. It's just his look and how he, I forgot there's a Chinese name, but I forgot. I have next time I have to ask my Chinese friends again. It's the snap and the power, the explosive movements when he has this expression,
Yeah.
and that's what I really was inspired by. And I think also that's what I see the difference between Jackie and Jet Li. For instance. Jackie is a very good filmmaker. He's a very good storyteller, and how he presents and how his ideas and his process, everything. Jet Li is a very amazing performer. How he moves, how he
Yes,
his balls,
charisma of the movement.
it carries me exactly. That's why in the time I really was inspired because like when you now learned about my path, that was what I really enjoyed the most is the art of martial arts, right? And I was a proper martial arts, like also like there's no excuses, of martial arts spirit. Fucking train, you have to. If I'm sick, no, I fucking train. I'm the shoulder, like this kind of self discipline, right? That's where my background is. And that's the reason that's why I admire and love Jet Li. I prefer, or back then, more than Jet Li. Nowadays, it's changed a little bit, but back then, yes. So that's the reason why I love Jet Li.
And I know you did meet him before. How did that happen? When did you
Ah,
meet him and how?
dude, oh, it's crazy. You did your homework.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I've seen one of the podcasts you did because I always do my homework when I have to host
Yeah.
someone to know a background about your work and your
Yeah.
career. It's very important.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny. No, I really met him. And dude, this is so crazy. It's so random. So I told you before I was in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
So, I met Jing Heisenden. He's also Wushu. He's the second generation of the same master of Jet Li as a Beijing.
Nice, yeah.
And when I worked there for Jackie Chan to train, I have to train him and then do some shootings with him, like action coping, whatever. Then I learned. So Jackie Chan is the son of Mr. Heng. Heng is the biggest producer in Hong Kong, China. Now I used to be, or in that time, or maybe it's still, I don't know, the China style. And Jet Li is in his management. And the funny thing is, like, we trained always below, and we trained under his basement. His son, he's like a kind of like a gym person. And one day he said, as a Day, my boss, he said, "Yeah, upstairs is Jet Li. They're playing what's the game with the name? Riyang? What's it? The Chinese game." What's the name again? Forgot.
Okay.
Chinese. Why we thinking name is Leon. Was it awful? It's like that? Yeah, have you heard about it or before?
No, I think I never
Yeah.
heard that. I'm not so
Okay,
familiar
this-
with Chinese games.
The Chinese games. Okay, so is they're playing like games upstairs. And I was like, wait, what? Jet Li's upstairs now? Yeah, he's upstairs. And I was like so fucking nervous.
Yeah.
And then everyone was so laughing. And I was like why? Was then the notice fan was he's my biggest idol. And he's just upstairs now. And what the fuck? How crazy it was.
And the weird feeling, and yeah, it was.
Yeah. So so everyone was laughing. So I met Jack. I haven't met Jack yet. This is 2013. So I met Jack earlier. So I was like, okay, it's crazy. JD's upstairs now. Yeah, only 5 meters, right? It's like only upstairs. So it's crazy. But so I was so nervous, I couldn't work anymore. And everyone was laughing. So then we were finishing work, and I told my wife, and I thought Jet Li was upstairs. It was crazy nuts. So all the stories fun, and everyone was laughing again. So then one day, there was a barbecue event on the rooftop in Hong Kong. So from the producer, and I said thank you, whatever, right? Just had the event, and then they came up, and then the mother So the mother, the mother or the wife. Oh, he said, so, yeah, hang around, and in 10 minutes, Jet Li is coming. And I was like, what? Oh yeah, they invited. So because they knew I'm a big fan, so they invited him to a barbecue party just because of me, and then just make it like an event. And I said, no, it cannot be true. Yeah, no. And then I thought they're joking. Then all of a sudden, Jenny came up. We had like a random barbecue, and then he just arrived, and I was like, oh my god! And I said, Jenny for real, and it's Tom Chinese, and then his $2 were there too, and I was like, I'm always professional. No, I'm trying to be. Eventually, I cannot. I was fucking bad boy, and then I had to ask for a picture, and then on the picture I was like this smiling, I was just a bad boy. And I had to.
What years was that? When did you meet him?
2013. I was he recently at that time he just recovered by his sickness, the illness. Well, his eyes was a little bit, his water was crazy, and now I met my idol, and I was insane. It's just insane, and but one thing is what my voice destroyed was he was smoking. It was and I was like, what? I it's smoking, So I was like, weird. Because for me, you have to know, I live really now even more the martial arts and Buddhism. For instance, 8 years ago, I became a vegetarian as well. So now, and I'm always try to find a way to control always my body, and that's the reason also I train a lot to try to maintain and have this. Yes. And so I have to force him always my soul and my body to do something. And now I have another thing. But it's me. It's just me. Last year I started to do also calories, deficit, and all the stuff to get more trained and shredded. And now I'm always very strict in this kind of things, that I counting the calories, and it's just always like to prove if I can do that. And the same happened with the vegetarian. Yeah, when I see Jet Li all of a sudden smoke, I was like, so that's the same. That's the saying, like never meet your idols.
Yeah, yeah. The humans, of course, they do a lot of stuff just like us, of course. In the yeah,
but it's not bad.
it's true. Yeah, it's everyone has his own. Yeah, as a human being. And of course, what is your favorite? Since we talk about Hong Kong cinema, what is your favorite era of Hong Kong martial art movies cinema? Was it
I think from
or 70s?
no,
80s or 90s?
80s, 90s. I would say that those two eras. That's my favorite. Yeah, definitely. And Tarek Arehhal, I mean, not too early 80s, like almost into the 90s. It's mine.
That's true, and it's beautiful era, of course. And could you mention your favorite iconic Hong Kong martial art movies?
Oh, it's so many. It's so hard, but I think straight away,
Say like top 3 or top 5.
I mean, my head straight away when you somebody ask, and I'm trying to be debating, right? Is actually I would always say Tai Chi Master.
Yeah, dude,
Tai Chi Master.
it was the first movie ever of Jet Li I have seen. That was in
Really? Not? Oh shit! Yeah, no.
2003 when I have seen that. I was back
Mom
in school, and a friend gave me like a VCD, if you remember.
Yeah.
The VCD.
Yeah.
I've seen Jet Li style, the wushu.
Yeah, and so good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's so good, man. I just the test. I love this. Yeah, no, that actually no. The thing is because even I watched it like remember like 10 years ago, right? So I would say recently, but as a filmmaker, I watched it again. Like back then, when I was so young, I was just amazed with everything. But now I rewatch it as a filmmaker, and the story is so good. Acting is also so good. It still works so well. It's not like old. Yeah. So it's great. Like the two brothers, they come together, and then one's became more rough, like to become more successful. The one, yeah, and then he's still the young boy, and then he wants to be the monk. Yeah, it's crazy, good story, and then come together as a bad fight. It's cool. It's really cool. It still works now today, and that's why I really like that. Same with Police Story, with Jackie's Police Story. It's amazing too. Yeah, William Mears still works too. It's a great movie too. And The Heart of the Dragon, I love this too. It's also one of crazy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly, that's true. And then, but the story is so touchy when he's with Samuel. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I met Samuel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I met him once. I mean, I saw him, like not really touching hands or something. I saw him because in 2017 when I got the ceremony to join the team, became an official member of Jackie Chan Sun team in Shanghai and Peking. I met all the stars on the actual week. So I saw Wu Jing, Sam, yeah, that guy. Yeah. Oh, Yuva, I met them too. Yeah, all and it was crazy week for me. Yeah,
Yeah, really nice, brother. It's beautiful to live the experience to meet all those idols
yeah,
from our childhood and the youth time. Okay, let's talk about yourself once again. Your long journey was full of achievements, and of course, those achievements didn't come up randomly. There have been a lot of practice, takes, processing, training, failure, repetitions. This diverse journey made you what you are now. What advices do you have for beginners or anyone desires to get involved in making films or in movie business?
Mm. So first of all, what I'm also challenging at the moment is definitely not to fear too much, right? About the future. Yeah, you have to create just moving, and also try not to judge too much, not to judge yourself, and also not to judge other people. I think that's very important. So if you stay in the process, the creative process, definitely, and then finding yourself, your own voice, then you be always active. If you're active, you're way too busy to judge. That makes you always keep going. And for me, I think that's also when I learned in a film school, for instance. I never judge other stuff. I really love it. Like it doesn't matter what it is. It's always good because you are creating. I'm very trying to be positive. Of course, you can like give criticism, right, to be better. Of course, that's something else. But to be outside and just judging others' work is very. I feel like it's very toxic or very bad. That's for yourself because you have to always focus on yourself and your work, and then trying to push because you have to find first your own brand or your own voice. And then from there, you can only make that if you are hardworking. So there's no shortcut. That's what I believe. And there's the last thing what I always tell is, that's what I also have to self-reflect myself many times or remind myself is be on your own time. That means like some people are faster, some people are slower, but never just look around and compare to, you have to be in your own time, man. And then work on yourself, and then you will make your process. You will make your goals in your way, but you have to just stay there.
That's really some good advices for people who like to join. It's not an easy path, of course.
Yes.
Everyone will see the final product, the final result, but they don't see all the process, all the path, all the difficulties you guys have to face before reaching your goals. I have an interesting question for you.
Mhm.
How do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Wow, it's changed so much. It's changed so much. So okay, first of all, definitely I want to in 10 years. Definitely I want to have my own movies, like a feature film or TV show. That's definitely as a director. That's my goal. Yeah. But in 10 years, I think I want to be a little bit more focused on my family. I think that's why I really looking forward a little bit more because what you said, like everyone has their own grace, and in the like hard time, every time when you know what I said, like you have a timeline, and my timeline definitely had a lot of sacrificing, and well, my decision was also for instance now like I worked now 4 years straight in Budapest. Of course, I was home, but I was more here than at home, you know, like in the last 4 years. So it's like when I count everything together, I was maybe like 2 or 3 months, maybe a month at home in total. When the rest, I was always in Budapest working. Yeah, so I think that's
Yeah, do you have your family there or?
yeah, Jim. I mean, my wife, my son, because they're not normal he's going to the kindergarten. My wife has a job, office job, and I don't want them to sacrifice their lives because of me. So I try to always go back on the weekend, or sometimes I fly them here. And but for them it's like well, again Budapest, you know, they have they saw that impact. I mean, if we go to UK or whatever or other country, maybe it's more interesting. But now Budapest is like, nah, they have been here so many times already. Yeah.
The nature of inner work, of course. A filmmaker always should travel here
Yeah.
and there. If you see Jackie Chan, you don't spend a lot of time with his family, of course, and you as well, because you see a movie maker always, stick to in the airplanes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's really one hardest part at the moment, or what I'm trying to face. But again, like I'm trying to find the balance always. Yeah. And, next, I've got to change it, and I'm looking forward. The next year we're going to be a great year as well. And but sometimes I cannot. Of course, I can choose, but sometimes projects comes where those are really really great. So it's like the opportunity I should grab, and yeah, it's great. I mean, it's okay. It's not nothing major. We can say that planning here and there. No, it's always like step by step.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes.
It's the nature of your work, of course. Surprises come all the time, and you have to deal with that. And to find the balance between your family, between your job, and all that. Yeah. Okay, Vidan. One final question, of course, before we finish. How to follow you on the social media?
It's actually on YouTube, of course, the T7 production. You can find everything, but also Instagram. I'm mostly on Instagram, very active.
And do that. I think you have an official website as well.
I do, but it's only like a relinking to really to. Yeah. It's just because like I'm very bad in I know I have to be better, and I'm trying to improve every time. Like web page, I have domains like but I haven't really had the time to do a website, web page, and for Instagram and social media, I'm very not inactive, but not how say regularly. Yeah, that because that's also one of the things, because much of my friends, they are really like influencer, really into that, and working very hard to build a platform. But for me, it's like I'm trying not to spend too much time on social media.
It's a great waste of time if you don't invest good in your social media.
Yeah, and for me, it's like I would rather like to use the time in my life either way for my family, but also to studying. So because I try to learn always new stuff, new skills. And I'm trying to get into more and more in 3D animation as well, and motion capture. Yeah, just because action design is like it's evolving.
Yeah, it's one thing. It's all related together.
Yeah, so there's always a more new field to learn, and I like to explore some more and discover new stuff, new mistakes. That's one of the things where I have.
Okay, thank you, Vidal, for your time. It's been
Yeah,
having you on the Indie Talks. It was great honor having you, and I really enjoyed talking to you and learn about your vision, your philosophy, your career as well.
thank you. Yeah, oh, it's crazy. We haven't talked. Normally, when I go to podcast, they're asking me always about Dune, Dune Part 2, and all the big ass movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I was really excited and also interested because now it was more about the Hong Kong and indie topic, and yeah, that's why I really love because again, like big movies and titles, it's only titles for me. It's just like like I'll say it's one or another movies. Of course, Dune is a great movie. The Dune 2 will be yeah, but I feel like the most hard is definitely the Hong Kong indie world, and also to be because it's that the roots is like you creating something, and it's not about the how big the movie will be.
Yeah, it's about the passion and the heart,
Yeah.
love with the craft, of course. All
Yes.
the action movies are made with heart and passion. No expectations for any incomes or money and all that.
Yeah, and that's still like yeah, it's trying to keep this always real and still active because like I said, like when I go home now next year for San Francisco, when I finish this project here, Pendragon cycle. So I've been here working already for 3 months, 4 months almost, and but I get always tired. Home when as soon as I'm home, I of course spend time with family first, but I'm always processing what can I do as next. Most of our thinking is about okay, what can I shoot by myself with my friends, or doing some other new stories, or maybe we get think about something bigger, Netflix or Amazon and old projects. But to keep everything still alive, indie. But that's very important.
Yes, this stuff, of course. Well, thank you, Vidan. It's been a great pleasure having you. See you soon, and take care of yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
For being here. Have a nice, have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Thank you, brother.